Well, obviously you're feeling the vibe of the conversation, so what are you doing staying here for so long? Keep on. So, okay, we went off a little in a few places. Okay. And so in our break, I was thinking about harassment, because that's where I struggle personally. I'm like, what's the line? Who determines the line? Do I determine the line, or is there a line by some higher level that says this is what harassment is and this is what it's not? So, I mean, I feel like you can tell me if I'm wrong. I was raised in a way that was look after yourself. So you need to let people know your boundaries. And if it's crossed, you say, you crossed that. Don't do it again.
Or let it be known.
And so I was thinking, and I felt like I really had not come across a place where I was so challenged. And then I thought further and I was like, well, maybe it's one of those status quo things where as a woman, I'm not consciously thinking about that actually. So yes, I've been catcalled. Yes, I've been followed. No, I usually don't want to cross a street where there's all construction guys because I know what I look like. I'm tall and I'm muscular and I don't want to deal with it. And like, I don't want to go to the gym right after work because I know I don't want to have to deal with any of that. But I always thought harassment, I'll be real. I always thought harassment was a cop out, really, I don't want to hear about it.
Have some tougher skin.
Yeah, get over it. Just deal with it. Until I was in overseas working, and I was starting to really get uncomfortable to the point where I asked my colleague not to leave me alone in a room with another colleague. Wow. And that had never happened before. And I've never felt really truly preyed upon where photos were always taken of me and they were posted and everyone else is like, didn't 20 of us go on this trip? Why is it all about you? Ha ha ha, Vic. But to me, I'm like, oh, I know who that photographer is. Or let's have a nightcap at my spot, me and my female colleague. She goes to the bathroom and that's when he's here. Now, you may not know about this, but Mom, I feel like you know about this. When someone comes in your personal bubble space around your feet, you put your foot out. This is the boundary of my space. If you come closer, you're now in my personal bubble. Yep. So that's a thing I don't think about doing, but I do it. And he stepped on my foot to get into my bubble. And he's bigger than me. He is bigger than me. And I'm thinking to myself, whoa, this is it. This is happening right now. This is the thing that I think people need to get thicker skin, but I could get hit right now. He could push me up against the wall right now. And I was calling you all the time and I was like, do I report this? Should I tell HR? What should I do? But I just started writing notes. I had a notebook of notes day by day because every day there was something else. And it ended up that 2 new people that we were training had been dealing with this in the same amount of time as me. I thought I was getting all the heat from this particular guy, but he was spreading it around and talking a whole lot of stuff don't listen to Viki. She don't know how to lead a group. You need to listen to yourself. Actually follow me. Let me show you how. Come over to my spot. And I have videos of how it's done. So these 2 came into my apartment at midnight. Now, he has a second set of keys. So
wait, to your apartment?
Yeah. So now that I know what's really happening, I'm like, I want to stay elsewhere. I don't even know. Who should I tell? Who's going to believe me? And I'd never been through this before. It took several months for this to be really, with a third party company as well. I'm trying really hard not to say names and stuff. But that changed something for me to the point of tears because I wasn't alone. And I really thought I was being mother hen, protecting my group, and it wasn't happening to anybody that was in, and it was. And I just thought, you're an actual predator.
But I think one of your problems was should I report him? And if I do report him,
what's gonna happen to me?
What's gonna happen to me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Lose my job.
Yeah.
Or is he gonna come after me? I'm in his city. I don't speak your language. That's not my native language. So all those things, and then you think, you know, we're in a country where the stereotype is fiery, sexual, so on. So I'm like, maybe this is just the culture. Maybe it's me.
So you doubt yourself.
Yeah, the whole month it was me doubting myself.
I have a question to ask.
You got great questions as well.
I love you so much. First of all, I know Mary Pat, her mom, longer than anybody is living in this room.
LOL.
Wait, maybe you didn't hear me. I know Mary Pat. Listen, this question is directed to you, Danny, because listening to her story, I think that you were an athlete, good looking, obviously.
Thank you.
Here's my question.
Duh.
And I told this to Mary Pat in my apartment next door before. I said, you know, I was never, don't get me wrong, I was never raped or whatever. It was consensual, but here's the thing. There were times, even with the priest, I almost sounded like a compliment. And my question to you, please, Mary Pat, did you ever feel that way as a man, maybe, that somebody was coming on to you, and for the moment, you considered it a compliment? Because I don't know if women always do. Maybe it's different between men and women. You know, because I was like, when the priest would come on to me, I was like, nah, you know, that cute old man priest is, you know, saying my butt is nice, I got a bubble butt or whatever else. But it only when it got a little more,
explicit.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, may I have your thoughts?
I don't know. I just think whenever there's a power dynamic there, I can see people, you know, first thinking it's a compliment, and then thinking, well, hey, like, I shouldn't say something because this person has all the power in this scenario, and a lot of times they're doing it because of that. So I don't know. I think it's hard to say.
And that's a great,
especially when you're a younger child, you really don't know better.
And don't have the
I love that.
Who are you gonna tell?
Great.
So really,
tell
like,
your parents.
you're saying it's consensual, but it really wasn't because it's.
Right.
I'm hiring you as my attorney.
That's it. I'm just testing you the whole time. You just got in.
Did I pass?
You got it. You got an A.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
But that also makes me think the power dynamic is true as well.
Absolutely.
Because
Not only with people bigger than you or bosses, but athletes.
yes, the whole thing. And like, I don't know if you remember, but at first, this guy had come up to me in private. He's like, can I have 5 minutes of your time? I just want to give you a bit of feedback on your performance. He's not my manager. You're not. We're here.
peers.
Yeah. And he's like, look, I've noticed that the way you lead your group is not really effective. They're not really listening to you. Maybe you want to consider doing this. And also you're kind of short with me, and I feel like you don't really want to help me out with things that I need. You know, I just simply asked you to go get this, and you can't do it. You know, you can't come with me anywhere. I need help too. And to the point that, and I'm thinking, I suck. I've been doing this for half a year and I can't do this. Oh my God, no one's had the
He put
the
it down
gall to tell me.
But what a master manipulator
Correct.
he is.
And so the whole time I was broken down.
They break you down
and you know me.
until you're vulnerable.
You know me for years that I don't know, like I don't have a problem being like, listen, it's a no. No, I don't have a problem. But to him I was like, oh my God, you're right. What else can you tell me?
Because he was a master. Yeah.
And that's it. That turned me right around. Harassment? Yep. If you think it is, it is.
He was taking advantage of one of your strengths, your willingness to try and help and be a team player. And
Wow.
He just flipped the script on it.
I never.
So apparently he's been doing this for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, he's gone now.
He has it down pat.
So back to the end.
So at the end of your story, you should tell us what the end of your story is. You should tell the fellas.
I'm telling you that I was going to quit that unless he got out. So it was one or the other at the end of the day. And I pushed hard. Okay. Photos, time-stamped documents. I don't care.
You are organized.
I was organized and I eradicated him. He's been eradicated.
What if you had it at all that stuff?
Look, and you know what? I wouldn't have done any of that unless two other people came to me and said, Vic, I really need to tell you something and I feel like you might understand what I have to say. I did the best I could to ensure that none of my group knew what I was going through. So in the off conversation that I made a face to his name, I was like, oh, you know, they latched onto me, and I was like, oh my God, if I hadn't, they wouldn't have, and he'd have still been, and I would never said anything. So yeah, if I wouldn't have said anything, I don't know how long it would have gone on. But it's a hard thing to be a kind of leader in that force, because it's terrifying.
Do you think that almost everybody has been?
Yes.
Yes.
And maybe not even to your own knowledge, like really,
Right.
until you have these conversations where you're like, me too.
Yes.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Aptly named.
Yeah.
As much as you know, I don't like
I think
the
all
movement, but I get it.
I think all men are animals.
Well, oh,
Hey,
God.
but what about because of this, the emasculation of men?
Yeah, that's true too.
Is
That's
that
true
is
too.
that another? Is that a symptom?
Yeah, because I think what happens is thinking people, men who have positions, teachers, lawyers, doctors, they have to conduct themselves in such a way that they're almost neutral. They have no gender. They're not man, they're not woman.
Wow.
Because if you even look at somebody, if you look at somebody too long, oh, he was flirting with me. He was doing, blah, 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 blah. Next thing, they're calling up your company.
Yep.
And all you were saying was like, oh, hi, how are you?
Right. There's some
I
toilet
think
paper on the
this
bottom
is one
of
of
your
the
shoe.
reasons why people don't compliment each other. Oh, you look nice today. Oh, your hair looks great.
Right, because that's harassment.
I tend to agree to disagree on that though, because I don't think my masculinity is defined by like my ability to know what consensual,
Do you
No.
think that you were raised well?
Absolutely, of course.
Do you think that
And
maybe that's why?
And everyone's not raised well at all, for sure. But in the subject of the emasculinity, the emasculating process of men, I don't know. I think it just takes someone that's raised well to be able to see that something's consensual or not. Or when you're saying, wow, that dress is beautiful, that you're saying it in a very non-creepy way,
There it
I
is,
can't
the
put it on
creepy
a-
factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are definitely other factors I think that are involved, and I think the jumbo about like emasculating men, I don't think I'd subscribe to it really.
It's interesting. I mean, I feel like I'm a thinking, ambitious woman that, wants to make my own money my own way, but I want to marry a man and I want him to bring home the bacon and I want him to pull out the chair for me too and I want him to open the door for me. But I don't want you to be a creep. I just want you to I kind of want you to be in that masculine role that we have
A protector.
up to this point. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a minority now because I must be a feminist woman. That means I can do everything for myself only and I need no man. I feel like we're going in a way that's like we don't need men. That is truly how I see it. This like WOMXN, we're just taking out the men in the word of women. I'm like,
And then I'm like,
yeah, like we need each other.
Yes,
Can we
do
just work
need each
together?
other.
Why is it
Can't
so
we just all
hard?
get along?
I just don't understand why it's so hard.
it's funny because on the flip side, you also have men saying, well, like women can't cook and clean
Right.
these days, and like
Yeah.
there's a different kind of women out here,
Right.
and so
It's true.
It seems like it's all. I mean, we're all boiling down into, I guess, a different kind of people. Everyone can do anything for themselves.
Which is unfortunate because at the end of the day, you need family, you need community, you need each other. And, I don't know, it's just, I feel very sad that it has come to this point because it wasn't so difficult when we were their age.
my God.
But maybe it was, just nobody said anything.
No. Let me tell you.
Okay, my bad,
I know
bad.
I know this is getting near the end, but I'm going to tell you something.
Time stamp.
I taught for 38 years in
point.
the schools.
That's right.
And
Public school.
And let me
Public
tell you
school.
something. We had very important a sense of humor. In fact, I said something very terrible one time. I was always acting principal.
You did, Bob? I'm shocked at that.
I love Bob. I was always acting principal. They had no vice principals. I had the principal certificate. And I said something terrible to an Afro-American aide. And she said, Mr. Myers, why don't you just tell the office staff what you say to me in class, and I said it. And the office staff was shocked, and they said, Mr. Myers, you can be in big trouble for this. I said, please don't even go there. I lived in Montgomery Projects next to Jersey City Medical Center, and I needed a blood infusion, and I have black blood in me. So the point what I'm trying to say. I said, don't even. And you know what?
116.
Okay,
Got it.
We laughed. We
Yeah.
laughed. There's no more laughing.
No. Everything is PC.
Thank
No,
you. There's
can't.
no more fun
you can't.
on the job for the most part.
No, it's true.
No, you can't. You can't.
We
People
went
come
from,
at you.
We went from one extreme
To
to
the other
Yes.
extreme.
Oh, you remember, Bob? We'd always have parties,
Oh,
and we'd
my
have Friday
God.
afternoon.
Oh, my
They
God.
don't do it's the teachers. You'd all meet at a particular place.
no one
Friday.
gave a teacher's party better than I.
That is
We
true.
can imagine.
That is true.
You know, I never.
Not anymore. No more.
I never
They
asked
don't
you
even
this,
eat lunch
Mary Pat.
together. Yes.
Has any of these things ever happened to you that you can think of?
Uh,
Because I know. Let's be real. You are married to a man that I feel like just doesn't even happen anymore, to be real. Like, literally kisses the ground you walk on before you walk on it. Still in love with you.
Oh.
That's your boyfriend. That's not even your husband. I'm like, what?
Told you. Magical.
Man,
Whatever.
Before she talks, they got married at Stevens.
Right out the window.
Black and white.
Yeah, that is true.
Black and white coming together. Two polarities as one.
He's talking about the tablecloths.
Great. Oh, well.
Both valid.
Thank you. But nonetheless, because we don't talk about this. This is a topic we don't talk about.
And again,
It's very taboo for you.
the same
Put you on the
thing.
spot.
Ay, caramba, Dios mío, cállate. What happens is the same as you, man. Walking down the street, the construction workers,
In the workplace,
in the workplace.
you got a story?
I'm trying to think back, because what happened, I'll tell you what happened is that I've been with your father for so long, this friggin' big black man, people kind of stayed away from me. They knew we were together. So they didn't want to have to deal with him.
And it's quite funny how that's what it takes for a man to respect your boundaries. Another man in place there to protect you,
There it is.
But
Yeah,
you gotta
because-
see
There it is.
Simeon. Oh my God.
Danny
He
knows Sim.
knows him
Oh, you know.
Danny's been in my
Mr.
life
C.
for a minute.
Mr. C.
for a minute.
But yeah,
There were
because
situations, but again, as you're saying, it was usually overseas.
Yeah.
Overseas in countries where it was male dominated, and
in Egypt.
following me
when everybody was
things of
asking
this
for
nature.
how many camels would it take?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's an interesting point.
Well, how many?
Yes. Colton.
International experiences and
Yeah.
sexual harassment versus
Yeah.
domestic U.S. It seems like in the media that there's more U.S.
I wouldn't go along with that one.
Nah, because I don't think that's true. I think our media is sensationalized
Yes.
and dramatic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just the fact that we're in the U.S. and that's the media we see for the most part.
And we have a
That's
ton of
true.
outlets. Other countries
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
1 to 3,
Yeah.
maybe. And they learn about the news. Like,
And it seems like that's why it's also connected to the PC culture. Every time you turn on the news, there's something to be outraged about. So everyone's outraged about everything.
Yeah. For a few minutes
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
until the new thing
On to the
comes
next thing.
along. Yeah. No, but it's usually overseas in a male-dominated society.
I'm just thinking.
Like Middle East
I'm just
kind
thinking.
of thing.
Well, let me tell you, if this is what like a regular TV series is like, I want to be on board. Sign me up.
as it gets. That makes me think, though, because like in Thailand or Southeast Asia, my bad, or Southeast Asia, it's like kind of without a question, if you go to a full moon party or holy festival or something like that, like you better bring your own capped drink.
Yeah.
You better have
Wow.
a tribe of friends you're going with
Around
that
you,
will
yeah.
watch, because
Really?
I mean, it's so well done down there. They'll cut your bag, grab your phone, you're looking over there, they grab this, you're looking over here, and you have to be
Right.
like 3 different heads as a woman in order to know your boundary lines.
Yes.
I don't know, but I'm a little dicey because I was always walking everywhere by myself at night. Probably shouldn't have, but also I was alright, so I'm not sure. I think it depends on looks when you're overseas as well. Like, you are more of a target than I am because you're blonde and blue-eyed.
When my hair was longer and blonde.
It doesn't matter.
and
You're
everything.
blonde. You look
Yeah.
American. I look
Yeah.
like anywhere that I am. I'm
Yeah.
like this uncertain brownness
Right,
where they're
right,
like
right.
they
That's
start
true.
to talk
Yeah.
to me in Arabic or
It could be
Spanish.
Spanish,
or,
yes.
Right. So
Yeah,
and if my
you-
hair is out, forget it. I'm good.
Yeah.
So not me.
So as much as we see in the media about sexual harassment with people in power, do you think that actually America is ahead of other countries?
Wow.
In terms of like fixing
Yeah,
fixing problems.
Yes.
I do. I don't know about like European places as much as dictatorships or.
I don't know what any of these other countries are doing about it.
Well, I know, for instance, India just passed a law that you can divorce your husband and not be stoned.
Yeah.
Literally
Not be
with
stoned.
stones.
I love it.
Saudi
Just in
women could
case.
recently just get the
Your driver's license.
They could-
right to
right,
drive.
like-
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Right, like there are some places. Oh my God! Of course, we're completely ahead in a few regards,
Yeah.
but I think at the end of the day, humans are human.
Are there
And
still
primal.
countries
Is it
with...
the U.S.'s job to lead the way in something like this?
What was
I
that?
always disagree with that.
Is it the U.S.'s job to lead the way in something like this?
I think so.
We bill ourselves as the leader.
The leader of the
Right.
world, come
Leader
on.
of the free
And-
world.
and
Hmm.
the question is, do we think that we should continue to be that? I don't think so.
I mean, there's a lot of regards that I'd argue we've never been the leader of the free world. I mean, throwing our own citizens in prison. For instance,
Hey guys,
like,
be hopeful.
higher than anyone else.
The next election is 2 years away. Be hopeful. I'm done.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
I am.
No, I think, right, it depends. Socially, the free world, no.
Yeah.
Economically, in other ways, we're becoming way less free. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Don't even go
but
there.
I do disagree with that. I don't think that we should be, to answer that question. I'm
You know
I don't-
what I've noticed to the different countries I've been to, third world countries or whatever, is that the women just aren't allowed out. They're just not allowed out. And Egypt, Peru, Jordan, you don't see women.
I got a story for
Only
you.
the
I
men.
forgot all about this. I was on semester at sea at 19. My hair was orange. We went to Morocco during Ramadan. Weren't given a heads up. Sass, do better. Anyway, we got there. All the men are out. It's nighttime. We all go out. No one's told, like, cover up. Shoulders,
Right.
knees, thigh.
Right.
Right? So I'm that everywhere brown, and I'm with friends that are white. And you know the story. I don't know how much I want to go ever back to Morocco unless I go with a local. I was followed every single day by little boys throwing rocks at me because they were like, uh-oh, your ship left. What are you going to do now? You're stuck with us. Guess what?
Oh my God.
And that's probably the only time overseas that it's been like that overt.
Well, I thought in Honduras also. No?
No,
Morocco.
because I wasn't in Honduras.
Where was it?
That was in Morocco. But that
El
was great.
Salvador?
Oh, because I'm brown.
Yeah.
That wasn't because I was a woman, but El Salvador wasn't open to tourism until like, I don't know, 7 years ago. And when I went there, they called me monkey and they wouldn't sit next to me on the bus, and, but it is what it is. I understand that ignorance needs space to understand knowledge.
this
So they just
re-
didn't know better. Like,
Is this really 2018?
Yeah. Wow.
not everywhere, maybe.
Not everywhere, and that's what I'm saying is, these certain countries just don't let their women out.
I know
Greece
the internet has done wonders for these third world countries, but we've got so far to go. What a
Oh
shame.
yeah,
What a
absolutely,
shame.
absolutely, on so
Yeah.
many different levels.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
To my lawyer.
I don't want to cheers with an empty cup.
dead. Oh, yes.
No cheers
Out
with
here.
an empty
You
cup.
were out
And he's
here,
dry.
though.
Make
Okay,
sure.
but what would y'all do?
Salute.
What would be the first thing you could do?
I
Change
can't,
the trajectory.
I can't handle the homelessness in Hoboken. Oh my God.
I'm talking about.
I go to the general. I'm so sorry.
Is there any problem?
Okay, sexual deviance of some sort. You're saying we're close to voting. What's going to happen at voting time?
Listen
What's
to
the
me.
what do we got to do?
We got to do a Democratic Congress and Senate, please. Hello, Director. Listen to me. The only way we're going to survive right now, stop the red stamp for Trump.
All right. That's it. He's done.
I told you.
Yo, what?
Danny.
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 Change takes space and time, like
Yep.
you said. So, I mean, just with everyone having more access and having more information and everyone coming out and being honest and having an open dialogue like this, I think the times will change.
Spoken like a true lawyer.
I like what you're saying, Danny. I think if people looked up from their iPhones
Yes.
and had conversations with
directly
one
into me
another,
5 times a day.
and had conversations with one another, they wouldn't feel so compelled to prey on other people if they saw the other person as a human.
Absolutely.
And
If you had children in a bedroom, you'd be texting them. Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
he's right.
Hello.
Hello. Is it true?
Touch my
Yes,
hands.
you're absolutely right.
My hope is that you
Aw.
raise your children in a way
Yes.
that would make everybody at this table proud, yo. Because you're the next one, you know. Like you're a solid man. Let's be real. You know, I was in love with Danny for mad years of my life. You know what I'm saying? So like, can you create some excellent, quality human beings?
Oh, for
That's
sure.
my hope. That's
Absolutely.
it.
And you have $1 million smile, damn. I know he's married.
No, let him keep going.
5, 4, 3.
I think that's it. Because my ears are hot. I need air.
Don't you love me? Is that
Oh, I don't.
Yes, Bob.
You guys have made it with us to the end of season 1, our pilot season, our brainchild, and we're so gladdened that you decided to take this ride with us, and we're thrilled, and it's crazy, and it's emotionally tumultuous, but it's lit, and we did something, and we're out here in this world. So thank you for getting to the end of this Boundaries episode, season 1. We want to have particular thanks to our top tier patrons, okay, hello. That would be Kathy Soroff, Simeon, Aaron Spence, Mianna, Jess Schwartz. You guys are the best. We can't do it without you and more like you. Patreon, just saying, feel free to follow us on there. And stay tuned, season 2 is in the works. We have it filmed, we are in editing. And please let us know any feedback, any commentary, anything you want to see, topics. We want to know. We want to keep giving this to you and for you to have conversations at your table. Thank you.